Hi and welcome back to another episode of Morgan Reach TV. Today for episode 48 we're talking money, careers and financial planning. When most people think of a financial advisor, they usually picture a corporate boardroom, dark suits and a mountain of boring spreadsheets. But our guest today completely breaks that mould. She's a brilliant rising star in the financial sector based right here in the West Midlands with Chase de Vere. She's already picking up major national recognition, including being named the Professional Advisor Young Achiever of the Year and the PAM Next Gen Leader. She even sits on the National PFS Power Panel, helping to shape how the next generation of advisors look after their clients. But what I love most about her story is that she didn't grow up dreaming of interest rates and pensions. She actually fell into financial planning by complete chance. Once she discovered it, she realised it wasn't just about numbers, it was about the people. Today, she's built a massive reputation for taking a huge headache out of incredibly complex areas like the NHS pension scheme for local medical and dental professionals, translating confusing rules into simple, plain English. We're going to talk to her about her actual career path, the reality of falling into the industry, how she handles the psychology of money, and what it's really like navigating the wealth landscape today. So please welcome to the MRTV mic today, the brilliant Jay Dhaliwal. Hi Jay.
Hi Cam, how are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm good, yeah.
On this sweltering hot day
I
today.
know, we picked one of the hottest days, I think.
And we don't have any aircon in the studio, so I apologise.
Yeah, that's okay, that's fine.
We'll have to bear it for the period. But hopefully it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out on such a hot day.
That's
I know
okay.
I was checking yesterday the temperature and stuff and thought, it's looking not too bad.
Yeah.
But they lied and now it's gone back up to how it was before.
Yeah.
So have you had to come far?
No, I live in the Joy Quarter, so literally not that far from here.
Yeah, so literally around the corner, so that's great. But that's where you live, isn't it? Well, where's Chase de Vere, where you work?
A 5-minute walk.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's 1 Cornwall Street, so it's pretty much very central.
Yeah, brilliant. Hence why you live in Joy Quarter. Yeah, that's good. So take us back to where did you grow up?
I grew up in Birmingham. So I think I was born in London, but we moved here when I was about 6 months old, so it doesn't really count.
Okay, yeah. So you're pretty much a Brummie from birth.
Yeah. And then we moved to Handsworth first to begin with. Yeah. And I think we lived there until my sister, she's 3 years younger than me, until she was about 1. Okay. And then we moved to Handsworth Wood. So I was pretty much in Handsworth Wood, and then I've spent the last 2.5, 3 years in the Jewellery Quarter.
Awesome.
So yeah.
And then where did you go for uni? It was Leicester, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the University of Leicester. And it was basically because my mom said don't go too far away. So I thought, okay, fine. And then when my sister went to university, she went to Leeds. So I was like, what?
Hang on a minute.
But I think with the oldest, you always have to kind of test those boundaries, don't you?
That's it. So you go a little bit, then you just
So I kind of just looked around kind of West Midlands or Midlands based for uni, and chose Leicester.
Yeah. Did you live out though when you were there?
Lived out at uni for 3 years. So.
But then it's only an hour away if you needed to get back.
Exactly. Yeah, not far at all. Yeah.
No, fantastic. And then what did you study at university?
I studied BSc Economics. So did that for 3 years, and it was really good. I think it was a toss-up between economics and art at university. But obviously being from an Indian background, it was more kind of go down the economics banking route potentially. And I think with art as well, I did really enjoy it, and it was a huge passion of mine. But I've always been quite a natural when it comes to numbers and stuff like that. And now I'm a financial advisor, and I absolutely love financial planning. So
so you can see the plan.
Definitely the right decision for me, I think.
No, brilliant. So you touched upon it then, but when you were younger, did because obviously Asian background myself, I get the pressure because they always tend to want you to go into vocational careers, don't they? How was the pressure? Especially being the oldest?
I think I didn't realise until we spoke about it years later. And it was actually my older cousins that I'd gone to for advice about university. Because a few of them had been already. So I thought, okay, let's have a chat with them. And it really was like a fork in the road. Do I go down art, that kind of art and design, or graphic design, or interior design, that route? Or do I go down, and I picked up economics for A-level and I did really enjoy it. And I thought, shall I try that one? So I got a lot of different opinions. And one of my older cousins, I think she sat me down and she was like, just do the economics route, it'll probably work out better for you. And who knows? I mean, it's worked out really well now, but I could have been a really famous interior designer. Like, who knows? I guess you don't really know until you try. And so I think there was probably a bit of pressure, but it was probably behind the scenes more than anything else. So I didn't really kind of feel it. It was more just do your exams, do well, and then see what happens.
And obviously it's got your best interests at heart. It's trying to give you the best options.
Exactly.
Do you still do art now? Do you still got a creative touch?
No, so this is the thing. I think when I was back at sixth form and making that decision, I thought, I do it so much. How will I ever stop? But as you get older, it's just hard to find the time for like extra things. So I think apart from like sip and paint, I don't really do much else. When it comes to art, but I would like to get back into it. But
you can always have it as a hobby or a side vocation.
You can. Exactly.
Whereas it is very tough, isn't it, in that industry to kind of get forward and to kind of get places.
That's true. But then also I do a lot of, as you know, gym and trying to pick up golf as well. So it's like as you get older, your hobbies start expanding too. So it's just
change.
It's making the time.
Brilliant. So you're at uni. Did you have it all planned out? Did you know what was going on? Did you know what you were doing?
No. So I think, again, being the oldest, I kind of just went through the motions, and there's a lot of stuff that I missed out on that I just wasn't aware of at the time that I kind of regret. And I've got a sister who's 3 years younger, and I've got a brother who's 12 years younger than me.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of made sure that if there are opportunities available that I just missed because I was just doing uni because I thought that was the right thing to do, I kind of highlighted it for them. So my sister did a year in industry. So she did a placement year at IBM in London, which was fantastic for her at her age. And my brother currently, he did Camp America last year, where you work at a summer camp. And he did it in New Jersey, close to New York. And he's gone back to do it again a second year this year. So, and he's traveling as part of that. And I really like traveling. I started traveling from the age of 24 onwards. And I think with all the spare time that you get at university, especially the 6 weeks holidays and like the half terms and stuff like that, like there's so much time you can be using for things like that.
Experiences.
Exactly. And I feel like I just didn't really make the most of it. So I make sure that I make the most of it now, and that everyone around me does too.
And your sister and brother get that advice and get those instructions.
And no, just really good. Get out there.
So that's what you say to everyone.
Pretty much. Like if there's experiences that you're not aware of, maybe reach out to people that have done them before, or I don't know, just have conversations. We had a really good conversation at the networking event, and I felt like I learnt so much from you in such a short space of time.
Oh, that's good.
But like just stuff that I wasn't aware of before, like all the multiple businesses you have and stuff like that. And I guess it's having those conversations, and then you just don't know what doors are going to lead where, and now I'm here. So
that's it. And they talk to everyone on our list. Brilliant.
It's true.
Awesome. So you finished university. And then what did you do then? Did you go for graduate placements?
I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I finished university and I did the whole standard thing of, okay, I've got an economics degree now, graduated with the 2-1. I thought, what can I do with it? Do I go into banking? Do I go into the big 4 accountancy firms? And I applied for a lot of graduate schemes, but I don't think I had the confidence back then that I have now. So when it came to assessment centres, I would just, in those group activities, I'd either be really quiet or I just feel incredibly nervous, even just like the one-on-one interviews and stuff like that. So I didn't really get anywhere with that. So I thought, okay, let me just work in a lot of different temporary jobs in different industries and roles and see what kind of resonates with me. So I did a lot of work at festivals, event work, NEC, kind of front of house. And I realised that I just really liked speaking to people and working with people. And then one of those temporary roles came about at the Wesleyan in Birmingham. So I think it was just inputting data that they got from potential clients at events. And it was a really basic role. But in that job, I really liked the company and the values and the culture. And that's pretty much how I started my career in financial planning.
And at this point, did you move back to Birmingham? Were you kind of based at home and doing all these jobs?
So after university, lived out for 3 years, then moved back to Birmingham. And then just, was there.
Okay, awesome. So you say that going around temping, doing different jobs, it's worthwhile.
100%, yeah. I think because at that age, you don't really have much experience anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it's just worth getting out there. I've always kind of worked, so I've always had jobs, like retail jobs from the age of 16, 17, 18 onwards, worked throughout university. So I had customer service skills and stuff like that. But it was kind of the office-based experience that I think I was lacking. And then struggling to get a graduate scheme kind of placement was really hard as well. I do remember like every time I got knocked back and a rejection, it just felt worse and worse and worse.
Oh, man.
So I think just getting my foot through the door at Wesleyan was like a step in itself. So
yeah, definitely. It's a great CV builder, isn't it? Because you work there, whatever role you've got.
Yeah.
So would you give that advice to others as well?
100%. Yeah. One of my cousins actually, he was in a similar position. I think he did accounting and finance at university, and he struggled to get a job for ages. And I'd been at Wesleyan for a few years then, and I thought, okay, actually, I could probably get him a job here. So I offered it to him, and he just wasn't interested at the time. I think he just wanted to do it his own way. So I offered it to him. He said no. I said, okay, that's fine. Later we're in a similar position. Jobs came up again. I said, okay, what about now? And he was like, okay, fine, go on then. And then he got a job there and he loved it. And but now he's a firefighter, so he's not in financial planning at all. But it's just taking that step in. You don't know where it's going to lead you, and it will give you some experience that you can use to either get into the job or profession that you want to be or somewhere else.
Yeah, that's it. Because a lot of people, and I think it's going to get more of a problem, obviously, as competition's getting tougher, the market's tougher, there's more graduates coming out the other end of the machine. I
think with employment as well, it's like we've reached the highest levels it's been in a while, especially for young people as well. So it is harder and harder and harder. So any work experience that you can get will just be good for you.
Because people tend to sit back, don't they? They tend to think, oh, that's not the job I want.
Yeah, I don't think that matters. I mean, even before I got a retail job, for example, in the bull ring, my first job was working at Next in the bull ring. I worked at Bernardo's in one of their charity shops for free, and just got the experience in, built up my CV. And you do really just sometimes have to start at the bottom. And as long as you've got that like determination and dedication, and you can just take that experience and level up each time, and then hopefully get to where it is that you want to be.
So how long were you at Wesleyan for?
So I was in that temporary job for about 6 weeks to 2 months, I think. And it wasn't actually supposed to be that long. It was only meant to be about a month. But they had a lot of work for us to do. And then a permanent role came up in the pensions team. And then that's when I thought, you know what?
How did you see that? Was that on the intranet?
Just internal jobs board.
Once you're in the door, you can actually see the jobs internally.
Exactly. And I think it also helps that when you work there, you know people. Or you can just ask that manager who's hiring for a bit of their time, and it really does help if you are kind of internal already.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because you get the personal touch, don't you?
Exactly.
You get to meet them.
Yeah. And they can ask your existing manager for a referral, maybe not officially but unofficially, and if they think that you're all right, or if you're good, or you could be good at the job, then it gives you that kind of foot above everyone else again. So
absolutely.
So
that's a good tip, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's like the old films, isn't it? You get into stockbroking by becoming the mailroom boy.
And then post work
your way up. People have them. That's the thing.
They actually have, even at Wesleyan, like there was one person who worked in the post room, and then he did the same thing. And it's just wherever you can, just take the opportunity and run with it
and talk to people, because with the post you go to every department, don't you, with your little trolley, so you meet everyone, say hello to everyone,
and you're constantly relationship building kind of without even knowing.
That's it. Like 30 seconds every day.
And you might even be the highlight of someone's day. Just, hi, how are you? Just so you know, that friendly voice, the friendly energy. And if you've got that kind of aura about you, then people genuinely just look forward to seeing you. So
that's it. And you get to see where the empty chairs are.
Exactly.
So, Sheila's leaving. Oh, really?
You're the person on the inside.
That's it. So you make sure you got your app in first, on the internal. But that's the way, isn't it?
It
unfortunately, we talk about corporate ladders, and
and
you
you
got
do
evidence of that as well.
Exactly. In a way.
So what were you? So when you got the job, so you worked in the pensions department.
So as a pension servicing technician for about 3 years. So May 2015, I joined as a data inputter, and then started in the pensions team in July. So that's when the contract became formal, and I was a formal employee. And I did that for I was in the new business team, just processing pensions and things on the computer for a while.
Yeah.
But then a job came up in a similar pensions team where I was actually on the phone to clients, financial advisors, and other IFAs that would call in. So it was more a client-facing role, just giving them information, helping them with queries and stuff like that. I did that for about 6 months, and I was getting frustrated that I just couldn't advise people because it was simple. Sometimes if it came to like retirement options, for example, I've got this pension, what should I do with it? I could only give the information. I couldn't give the advice. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to study to become a financial advisor. And that's what I did. And I think I made it really obvious to my manager as well, who was really supportive at the time, that I wanted to become a financial advisor. So then she helped me by allowing me to shadow existing financial advisors, then started studying for the diploma in financial planning. I did it in about 14 months, which is relatively quick, kind of back at that time as well. Self-funded it too. So I did the pensions exams through Wesleyan, or the administrative ones that they would kind of sponsor me for. But the rest of it self-funded, and I was just really, really determined, like that's the job that I want to do. So yeah, just worked my way up.
And so how long did that take you? So you were at Wesleyan, did you go through all the way?
So I was working in pensions and I got the diploma in August 2017. So about 2 and a bit years now. So just over 2 years. And they kept saying, oh, get the diploma and then we'll put you into a role. But when I got the diploma, they said, actually, we've got a graduate scheme that we're going to start the year after. Okay. So wait for that. And I was quite young at the time and I was a little bit kind of impatient. And I thought, you've set me some goalposts and you've moved them now. Like, that's not okay with me. So I'm going to see what else is out there.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually interviewed at Chase de Vere. So I had an interview at Chase de Vere for a trainee role, for a financial advisor role. And they said, we really like you, but jumping from admin to financial planning is a big jump. So maybe go get some more experience and then come back to us. So it's kind of like, okay, I know what I want to do. I'm going to get there eventually. It's just how do I get there? So then a few months later, a job came up as a paraplanner. So that's a report writer. Yeah. So when a financial advisor goes out to see a client, they come back with all the information. And then it's the paraplanner who actually puts that information into a report that's suitable. And then kind of the advisor presents it. So I got that job in January 2018.
At Chase de Vere?
At Wesleyan.
Oh,
so
Wesleyan.
Still within Wesleyan. So still just climbing that ladder. Climbing that ladder. Waiting for their graduate trainee role or kind of just getting some more experience. So just following that natural progression, really. And then, became a paraplanner. Graduate trainee role became live in August 2018. Yeah. I applied for it, but again, it was an assessment centre kind of situation. And we know that I don't do well in those situations. So I think I did, I'm not going to lie, I think I crumbled under the pressure a little bit, or I just didn't do as well as I could have. Even though I knew kind of the people that were hiring, one of the financial advisors who did an interview, I've shadowed him before as well. But for whatever reason, I wasn't successful. And that's fine. Like, it's okay. I just posted about it on LinkedIn and I said, applied for the graduate trainee role. Unfortunately, wasn't successful, but I'm still determined to become a financial advisor one day. And the hiring managers at Chase de Vere, who I'd kept in contact with on LinkedIn, saw that post. And then a month later, they reached out to me and said, hey, Jay, we've actually got a job available if you'd like to apply for it in the Birmingham office. And I was like, yes, please. Because it's really hard to branch out into an advice role. Yeah. Back then, I think the average age of a financial advisor was age 58. And I was 26. Wow. And only 16% were women. Yeah, 16% are women. And I'm obviously a woman. And I think the statistics on diversity I probably don't have. But I was just like the opposite of any financial advisor that you'd probably come across, really. So just branching out was just really hard. So when they said, do you want to get in contact? I just, again, ran with it and then became a financial advisor with Chase de Vere in January 2019.
Excellent. Yeah. And that was in Birmingham office as well. Yeah.
Birmingham office.
Stick to home.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so because the thing is, people want things overnight, don't they? They want to go straight into that position. Yeah. And you're proof that.
Yeah, and I think to be fair, I even had an element of that. I got my diploma. I thought, you said I could become an advisor. What's going on? And you can test a few different doors, and I got there eventually. But you do have to kind of put in the work. Yeah.
And you work up the ladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Work the roles, do the graft.
Yeah.
But it helps you, doesn't it? Because now you've got all that foundation, you've got all that grounding, you've got all that information and knowledge.
And I say that to everyone who wants to jump straight into an advice role. I've met people from university that want to become a financial planner now, and they wonder, you know, is time in admin, administrating or power planning a waste of time? And it's not, because you're still learning. And I'm really glad that I went through those roles, because when I speak to other administrators or power planners, I kind of know how I should be approaching it and what information they need from me to make it a smoother process for everyone. So
you know, all the bits fit together.
Exactly.
How it all works.
Yeah. So it's really good to have that, you know, those different levels of experience, I think. Yeah.
Definitely. It's an example which is a bit off the financial side, but McDonald's graduate training. When you go into management role there, they put you through the entire mill.
Yeah, they
you have to work everywhere
Even
in the business.
Even if you start at a higher level than everyone else, you still need to know.
They send you to the restaurants, their own restaurants and franchise restaurants, and see how they operate, see how the chip fryer works. And it's great. It's brilliant.
But I feel like you do need to have, if you want to have a successful career in whatever industry it is, you do need to know how, like you said, all the pieces fit in the puzzle.
That's it. I remember I went on my placement year and I was in finance office, working there, and one of the accountants who's like really high level, because they were looking after Europe, and it's a large telecoms company, so it's like lots of money, lots of stuff flying around. And the one lunchtime, because I used to go and talk to people in the canteen and stuff, and so one of the techs said, "Oh, do you want to come have a look around the lab?" I was like, "Yeah, cool.
Why not?"
Went around and had a look around. It's like, all these cables and all this stuff, and it's like, it's great, just to visualize it. Went back upstairs, and I'd taken obviously permission. And then they said, then one of the guys asked me, "Oh, how was it?" One of the accountants looked over. She said, "Where did you go?" I went down to the labs and I saw all the stuff. So I've been like half an hour, 40 minutes, because it's quite big. And she goes, "I've never done that."
Oh, wow.
She was working at 8 years.
8 years.
And she was the top.
Really?
Yeah. And so I had to then put her in touch and organise it and sort it out for her. And then they took the whole team, and it's like, it's crazy. But you just don't see how the nuts and bolts work. And it's and they find it interesting. They want to see it, but sometimes you are, some organisations shield everyone separately.
I think so. And that's where company culture comes in, is really important as well. And I feel like I've been really lucky with the company culture at both Wesleyan and Chase de Vere. That kind of everyone knows everyone, and you can be on a first name basis with managing directors or the CEO. Like, it's a very, both of them have really good cultures. So and I'd encourage people listening that if there are people that you do look up to, admire in the company that you're working for, or that you do want to work for, just drop them a message and just say, can I have 5 or 10 minutes of your time? I applied again for the Women in Finance Award this year, so I was a role model of the year last year.
Excellent.
Our company put us forward every year, so then we have to then submit an application off the back of that nomination. And I looked, and I think last year I got 47 messages on LinkedIn from people who'd either wanting to be in advice or kind of just wanted some advice, so wanted to get into the kind of career, and I've met with quite a few of them as well, just virtually over Teams and stuff like that, and it just, you can tell how a small conversation can really help someone else gain clarity in kind of their career and their journey as well.
100%. How important would you say LinkedIn and social media? Because do you use any other social media, or just mainly LinkedIn for work? I
think it's really, really important. I've always used LinkedIn. So whilst I was kind of training to become a financial advisor, and even now, mainly, I think I'm going to change my strategy when it comes to LinkedIn. But I mainly just post about the events and stuff like that I'm doing at the moment. But even then, from a networking perspective, it's really important. And I would say, if you're not doing it, to kind of invest some time, even if it's just one post a week.
That's it, definitely.
It's just useful.
With you touched upon it before. You said that the average age is 58 and then generally white male. Isn't it the case that the financial industry, like the financial advice industry, is at that level now? It's actually aging.
To be fair, it's getting better. There are more younger people coming in. I think the average age, so I'm 34 now. Back when I started, I was 26. So I've been advising for about 8 years. I think the average age has come down from age 58. I want to say kind of late 40s maybe, but there's no official statistic yet. So I'm just waiting for that to be released. And I think in terms of women, there's now 18% compared to the 16% previously.
Touching up there,
still lagging behind, but moving in the right direction. And I think only 6% of financial advisors were under the age of 30 when I first joined 8 years ago. So statistically it is getting better. But again, like you said, it's a really good opportunity for younger people to get into advice, because the average age is in their 40s or 50s. You know, those financial planners will be retiring, and then there'll be a lot of clients that do need financial advisors, and that's hopefully where I come in. And I'm trying to build my career. So hopefully, you just kind of pick up more clients along the way.
Awesome. So with the actual job itself, because people, you hear these fancy terms like financial advisor, mortgage advisor, this and that, and you think it was just some flash job in city centre Birmingham with the big buildings. From the kind of public's perspective, who's your ideal client, or who do you look after?
So I'm a financial planner, so I give advice on investments, pensions. I'm a specialist on the NHS pension scheme, so doctors, dentists, vets and things like that. Inheritance tax is actually the next kind of advice area that I think is going to be really important, because as of April next year, so April 2027, pensions are actually going to form part of the estate for inheritance tax. So a lot of people that might not have been hit by inheritance tax previously will be following next April, and there's a lot of planning and things that you can do to kind of help that. So I think that will be the next trend in financial planning. But in terms of people that I help, I've helped people do income protection policies, kind of life insurance, set up pensions, business owners as well. So if there are business owners looking to make pension contributions through a limited company, that's one of the most tax efficient ways of getting kind of funds out of that company as well, while saving for retirement. And I'm a big fan of cash flow modelling, so putting it on a screen where you can actually see it on a graph and what your future could look like financially. So
but who's the ideal customer? Do you have to have your own business? Do you have to be a high earner?
You don't need to. No.
Can you be an employee?
Anyone really that needs financial advice, because if it's not me, it's someone else at Chase de Vere that would be suitable. So I'll probably know someone that is suitable for that person.
But Chase de Vere, they handle the entire spectrum of clientele. So it's not just high net worth or anyone.
You could be employed, you could be a doctor, dentist, vet. We've got that healthcare specialism. It really just comes down to someone's individual circumstances. We actually have a complimentary initial kind of review meeting. So if you did want to book in for a review, you can book in. And the meeting usually lasts about an hour and a half. And then following that meeting, that's when I'll know kind of what areas it is that person needs kind of help with. And then we can kind of create a financial plan that way.
Brilliant. Because what I found in the past, people that are employed, they're obviously on the compulsory, like Nest or whichever one their employees using, and they're opting for. Do they have to be?
No, because they might have mortgage needs. So we've got a mortgage team at Chase de Vere. Protection's really important that I don't think people review enough. So looking at income protection, critical illness cover, life insurance. The pension, if they've got an employer scheme, and a lot of my clients are doctors, and the majority of their pension will be built in the NHS. But there might be room to do, especially for higher rate taxpayers, maybe some personal pension contributions. You've got that 100,000 kind of tax trap. So as you start earning over 100,000, you start losing your personal allowance. So between 100,000 to 125,000, 140, you're actually being taxed at a rate of 60% rather than 40, because you start losing that allowance. So doing pension contributions could be right for some people, but then we have to do annual allowance tax calculations. Do you have that allowance to do that? And it's just there's so many different parts to it. It's just, but without speaking to someone, you don't know what advice is right for them. So
really everyone's a potential client,
potentially. Just depends kind of what their needs are and what's important to them.
Because would you say, as the systems and taxation and everything's getting more and more complicated, it's becoming more and more of a challenge for people?
Exactly. I mean, look at ISAs. ISAs used to be pretty simple. You can put in 20,000 a year in a cash ISA, lifetime ISA, stocks and shares, whatever it is. But now they're looking to make it even more complicated. So if you're under the age of 65, they're now limiting only 12,000 can go in a cash ISA, but the other 8 you can put it into a stocks and shares if you want to. And I'm getting so many clients now saying, oh, I've heard a headline, stocks and shares ISAs are going to be taxed. and it's potentially taxed if you have the money sitting in cash and not invested, and that cash is earning an interest. But again, that's something that potentially might come into force next year. So there are so many changes on so many different levels where I think it is just getting too complex for the everyday person to manage their finances. Yeah.
So it's a growing industry then. That's it. Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity basically. Even if it's just a chat, just making sure that you're on the right page.
Yeah, that's it. Because a lot of employees that I've spoken to in the past, and you've kind of said that you don't have to go into, you can set up for a private pension.
Yeah.
And they've been like, huh?
Yeah.
Can you?
But I think with employer pensions, you save on income tax and also national insurance contributions, which again, they're looking to cap to just 2,000. And then after that,
you're going to be taxed.
Yeah.
But then it's the performance of the pension, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the flip side. So even if you might pay tax by doing a personal one, you could go into a better pension.
Yeah. It depends on your risk profile, what your investment term is, how long you're investing for, kind of what funds you want to invest in. Do you care about ethical, ESG? I've got some clients that have Sharia law compliant investment kind of portfolios as well, and those you might not get through your employer, so you have to do it through a personal pension maybe, or just do it on an individual ISA. But again, it really depends on the person.
No, that's it. There's so much to think about now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you kind of get happy when it gets more complex on the tax?
Sometimes, not on the tax. I think it's more the investment solution kind of things, especially with trust. When you do a lot of trust planning, looking at discounted gift trusts or discretionary or bare trusts, and there's so many different layers to different things. So sometimes it's nice doing something first, because then I just know, okay, I've set this up for one client. I can easily then identify a situation where it's right for someone else. So it's more kind of new advice areas. I'm a bit like, oh, what can we do there? And then you just, I build up my own knowledge, I guess, in different areas, and then
look for suitability of it within your clients.
Exactly.
Because your typical client, when they come on board with yourself, how often do you have to review their stuff? Is it quite regularly?
Usually once a year. At least once a year. Sometimes twice a year, but it depends on, again, how complex it is and the client and what their advice kind of needs are. If they're quite young and they've just got a regular savings plan, then it's once a year. But if they're older, there might be more inheritance tax planning to do, gifting considerations, stuff like that. So, but typically I'd say once a year.
Yeah, brilliant. You don't realise how much, you talk about IFAs, you think that they're just going to help you with your mortgage and going to help you with a few bits and bobs, but it's not.
I think the most frustrating thing is whenever I meet someone and they say, oh, what do you do? I say, I'm a financial advisor. It's, what shall I invest in? It's like, but I don't know anything about you. I can't tell you without actually sitting down and talking.
You should invest your time booking an appointment. First, and then they'll tell you.
Because sometimes they think they need advice in one area, but then when we've actually sat down, it's like, no, but you've missed this and this. Yeah,
there's inefficiencies or structure.
And different products and stuff like that. Some might be more tax efficient than others. So it all comes together in a big picture. And
it's hard to keep, if you're not in the industry. It's the same as anything, isn't it? If you're specialised, you're specialised in what you do. Whereas if someone's out there, doing marketing, they're not going to know. They're not going to be able to keep up with all this stuff.
And that's also with a lot of our clients, because we aim at healthcare, so doctors and dentists.
They're very busy.
It's the same thing. It's like I wouldn't diagnose myself kind of with ChatGPT or something if I was unwell. It's like you've got that experience in your area, and I've got my experience in this area. And
you've got the firm to back you up. And you've got all the stuff there. And
exactly.
You've got the knowledge.
And they're a really good firm, to be fair. There's about 220 financial advisors all over the UK. So it's not just Birmingham, it's pretty much all over the country. And you can do meetings face-to-face, telephone, kind of Teams, Microsoft Teams. It's really, really flexible.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So going back then, so now you seem to be very happy. Congratulations on everything you've done and your position that you've got to. And best of luck with the awards and things. Because you won a couple, didn't you?
I think I was looking at this in preparation for this actually. I think overall I've actually won 7 awards today. Okay, I've started a YouTube channel as well, and I'm in the process of doing that at the moment.
So we'll put the link in the comments. So if you want to follow Jay, you can have a look at YouTube.
I've only done one video so far.
But it's a start. You've got a channel, you've got everything
going. Needs to be signed off by financial promotions and marketing, so it takes a while. But in the background, I've got kind of a bookshelf with all the awards, and there's 7. I think 3 of them are internal awards. So 1 from Wesleyan, 2 from Chase de Vere, but 4 are external.
Brilliant. But if you roll back, there's a lot of people out there. They'll try and do something. And they can't face rejection.
Yeah.
Obviously, you faced a number of rejections through your career so far.
Yeah.
How did you get through it?
I speak really openly about it as well. So I got rejected by Wesleyan for the advice role, rejected by Chase de Vere, but then got the role in the end. Even some of the awards, Chase de Vere put me up for the Young Achiever of the Young Achiever of the Year award in 2022. Didn't get it. They did it again in 2023. I got it. Same with the Women in Financial Advice. I was a finalist for 3 years before I actually won. Same with the Birmingham Young Achiever in finance. I was a finalist, didn't win in 2024, won last year, 2023. And I think it needs to be made more natural. Like, there's nothing wrong with rejection. I think I view it more as redirection. It's like, okay, that door's been closed on me. That's fine. How am I going to approach it differently next time? And what can I do to better myself?
You got to bounce back harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Break through the door. That's it. Sharpen it up a bit.
Exactly. Because there are a lot of people, especially in the Future Faces Young People's Networking that I do in Birmingham, a lot of them this year that were really quite kind of timid and shy and a bit like nervous about applying for the Young Achiever kind of Professional of the Year award. But my point to them was, if you apply, you will know what your base point is. Next year you can just build on it. You would have gone through the interview process, so you've enhanced your experience already. And when you do it next year, you'll be in a far better position than if you just didn't try at all. And it is scary putting yourself out there, but sometimes you just have to do it to grow. Yeah,
definitely. Because a lot of talking about our culture as well. When we've all got like little cousins and like relatives and I've now got nieces and nephews in that position kind of thing. So they kind of get into that point where they think at the age of 15, 16, if they haven't got it all laid out, if they haven't got their plan of action, they're a failure.
And I think social media as well doesn't help, because social media,
like success, doesn't it?
Everyone's always posting their highlights, and all you see is everyone else's highlights, and then you just naturally feel like you're behind, but you shouldn't really feel that way, because everyone's on their own journey, their own path. So I think there is that pressure of having everything figured out, but you really don't need to. And it's the same with my brother. I mean, he's doing Camp America now. It's the second year that he's doing it, and I'm just like, just do all these things that you can do in your early 20s, because when you get to your 30s, it's like you're tied into a job, you've got all these other responsibilities, you just won't have that time. So I
mean, you're in your 40s like me, got even less time.
Exactly.
So
and you've got kids and
stuff.
other responsibilities and priorities.
I'm glad I did a lot of stuff in my 20s and stuff, so it's good. And you never get that time back, so absolutely correct. But it's the same with us. When we used to get all the awards and stuff, people used to say, oh, you always win, you always get this and that. So what about the 3 years when we came all tuxedoed up with our entourage, booked a table, came along, got a slap in the face, we had to go back with our tail between our legs, we didn't get it this time, and then it just, you just have to come back again,
just take it on the chin and just you know what, it's fine,
and look at who won, and then see what the differences are. And with some of them we didn't win, we were just like we're nowhere near. Like, we shouldn't have even been shortlisted. Some of them are like really, really high up on their thing. So we had to go back and get working and build ourselves up. And then we went back and took them all. Took all the awards.
Well done.
Exactly. But you don't see the reactions. All you see on now, all you see on my social media is like this, that, business of the year, this and that, blah blah. What about business of the year once? Failed 3 times. We got shortlisted, didn't even get shortlisted twice. And then tried every year. And then but
so it's a very, very similar story, isn't it?
Of course, it's the same as everyone.
Exactly.
But then all you see at the end result. So now they'll see yourself. You're a financial
8
advisor,
years in,
working in Chase de Vere. Arguably, you've got it all. You did. You built it up.
It was a really hard journey to get there, but
So you got to keep
pushing and working, and
no, it's fantastic, and I think you're a fantastic example of it, like the grit and hard work, and then now you're getting awards and stuff off the back end of it, and it's very admirable. That's why we had you on here today, because I thought it'd be very good to showcase all your work and everything that you've done, because I know you've had a tough road to get to where you've got, and
exactly.
And it's great for people to get financial advice as well.
I know, I think more people need it. I think I was thinking about it recently, because obviously we met at the networking event at kind of Just Move, the gym that I go to.
That's it.
And I think before that, I'd always been training by myself. And I thought, okay, do you know what? If I got a personal trainer or if I joined something that was a bit more structured, I'd have better results in the gym. I'd be more consistent. I've been training for like 10 years. And when you're just doing it yourself and it's working, there was nothing wrong with it. But I have found a big difference by having someone else by my side. And Jamie, who was on the podcast before, he is on me to make sure that I'm going. And he's like, Jay, I've not seen you in a while. Where have you been? It's that accountability. And I think it's the same with finances. I think you can do it yourself, but if you have a chat with someone who is an expert in that field, you can be miles ahead just by picking up a couple of nuggets.
Coaching and advice, isn't it? In any field that you're looking at. And we strongly, obviously we're accountants. So Morgan Reach, that's what we're here for too.
Exactly.
So people could like put together their VAT, their accounts, their payroll themselves, but wouldn't want to do that.
And I'm sure that you come across instances where you've thought of something that the person who's asked for your help hasn't, or
all the time,
been doing it for years, and you're actually like, oh, did you know you could claim this as an expense, or do it this way,
or they're just doing it wrong, they've got a structure wrong, and from the outset, and you're just like, how long have you been doing that for? Like, you could have should have been doing like this, and it's like, okay, at least we fixed it now. Not like we can do about the past, but the quicker you get onto that, the better, isn't it? In whatever line of work you're looking at. So no, that's brilliant. So how do you again, you touched upon the gym and your personal training journey. Where did that kind of come about? Because obviously you're working hard. You're spending so much of your time, effort, and brain power working. Where did you get time, or why did you feel that you needed to do that?
What, recently, or when did I first?
Back when you first started.
Well, I started going to the gym in 2014. It's International Women's Day 2014. I'm really weird with dates. I don't know why I remember them all. But yeah, it was International Women's Day 2014, and I just graduated from uni, and I think in my first year of university, I wanted to donate blood, but they weighed me and I was too underweight to donate blood. And that kind of always stuck with me. And there is a backstory behind it. When my mum gave birth to my sister, she had to have 5 blood transfusions. So 5 bags of blood were transfused into her to kind of, and if she didn't have that, she wouldn't be alive. So I always wanted to give blood when I was older and do at least 5 donations, which thankfully I've done that now. But that always stuck with me. And then when I was underweight or too underweight to donate, I thought, okay, I need to do something now. And I was always quite thin as well. Like I was very kind of, didn't really have much on me. People would say it all the time, like, you're skinny, you're this, you're that. And it's always the older aunties as well, isn't it? But yeah, so it was always commented on a lot. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something about this as well. So I started going to the gym. I started weight training, eating whey protein, and just being more conscious of my diet. And then it just kind of grew from there. And I think around 2016, there used to be an expo at the NEC called Body Power, where all these fitness influencers and companies and Gymshark started taking off. And I think it just naturally happened. It's just something that I've always been interested in. And I think the mentality that people have that train consistently as well is quite impressive. I think looking to always bet yourself, or progressive overload, or run faster, or lift stronger, or kind of, you have to have some element of, I think, again, it's, that, what's it called? Resilience and determination in a way. So those kind of qualities.
That's it. It's builds into your habits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm lost in thought thinking, I should do this too.
You probably should.
I should.
Or just do something. It doesn't have to be gym. It doesn't have to be weight training or
I used to be a
running.
sprinter when I was a kid.
Exactly. It could just be that.
I can't run that fast now.
It might just be that. Well, one of my cousins, he injured his knee, and he was out of the gym and football for a year. And I saw him for one of the World Cup matches. One of the England games was on his birthday, and we were just talking and catching up. He said he did a 5K, took him 54 minutes, which is very, very slow, but it's his first run back.
Did he walk?
Second one,
Did he walk?
No. I think he was in and out, of running, walking.
Not that I could do any faster, don't get me wrong, but like,
second one though, he got in the 40s, and third one, he's back at running like 34 minutes.
Wow.
So whatever you do, you will start. Like it will be hard, but the moment you get going, and you've just got to.
I've always thought, because I've had big breaks. Over time with going to the gym, and then you just suddenly think, I can't run anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Yeah,
I don't run. I can't run.
Yeah.
It's like, of course you can run. You can run if frigging line was chasing you. Like, you'd run then.
Yeah,
but like,
it's true.
But I can't run recreationally. Like, I don't run along the canal path. I'm not going to do stuff like that.
And it might take you 54 minutes the first time, 40
exactly.
something
But
the
then you
second,
just got
half an hour the second.
I've got so many friends who've got back into it. They've made themselves like, a lot better. I won't mention names. But like, they've made big improvements. And it's kind of like, wow, okay.
I always make the joke that I am consistently inconsistent. So I'll be really good in the gym for about a couple of months, and then I go on a holiday, don't work out for a week, come back and I'm like, oh,
I can't be asked.
But then you just get back into it. So as long as you're consistently inconsistent, then that's all that matters. And muscle memory is real. So the more you do something, the easier it is then to get back into it at a later date.
Would you say it's easier to get back into it? Like bounce back into shape.
Yeah. Once you've got there and you've set those foundations, your body does remember that. Yeah. So it's then a lot easier to. But I think it's just getting there initially. That's the hard part.
That's it, 100%.
And that's the same thing with life as well. Like glass ceilings exist, don't they? But the moment you go through that ceiling, you're like, oh, actually, that's possible. What else is possible? And you
move around the glass ceiling.
Generally, hit new highs and highs and highs. So
no, awesome. It is food for thought. I'm gonna say I've learned something today, and I'm like, you've motivated myself.
Get back into sprinting.
Hopefully others as well. Yeah, that's it. Well, I'll start running first or walk. Walk fast.
Walk running. Walk then run. Walk then run.
Well, I've done it. To be fair, I've done 6,000 average steps the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, fair.
And it was 4,200 4 weeks before.
So
I'm walking
more. So you're moving more.
Moving more. Even if it's pacing down on the side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Still
it
good,
all
isn't
counts.
it? Yeah, that's it. Well, you're trying to remember to do that.
Yeah.
And like
and
just doing
sitting
at desk, because desk jobs now are killer, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
and working from home and all that stuff. It's just
and you get lazy at home.
You do.
I think because you eat more. Because you just because you're accessible.
And
like you're just having snacking, and then you've got access to it
That's
all.
True.
When you're at work, you've only got a limited
time period.
We have,
or you're at your desk and people are watching, so you're like more on it with.
That's it. 100%. You have like your fixed, whereas like our home is just mooching all the time. That's it.
It's true.
No, brilliant. But food for thought.
Yeah, definitely.
No, fantastic. So what's going to happen in the future? What's your plans?
So I've mentioned the YouTube. I think that's my next big plan. I think getting on YouTube, maybe Instagram.
You say YouTube.
TikTok.
What's your objective? What do you want to do? Do you want to spread financial information?
Yeah. It will be all about financial education. I think I'm going to start off targeting kind of retirement. So as a topic, so talking about pensions. A lot of questions I get is, how do I find missing pensions? If I used to work for an employer years ago and I've lost my pension, how do I find it? And I think there's hundreds and thousands just in lost pensions, so that's a huge thing. But then also just all the different kind of areas of retirement. How much do you need to retire? Kind of what pension do you have? That kind of thing. And then transitioning into inheritance tax planning as well, with the changes that are coming next year. But I think with YouTube, and you probably know this, I think initially you need to specialize in something and then branch out into different videos. So then I'll do different financial topics.
You have your channel with every different channels for your fitness.
Exactly.
Fitness state of mind, how it links together.
No, but I think, initially I'll probably keep it all financial planning related, focusing on retirement, maybe a bit about inheritance tax, and then just ask people what do they want me to talk about, and I'll just do videos on those topics as well.
Respond to the questions.
Yeah, exactly. But mainly financial education will be my thing.
Fantastic. You talk about financial constraints. Do you find that difficult to work around, or do you find it difficult to work with?
In what sense?
Like putting stuff out. For
example,
because you're obviously highly regulated.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. So everything I do is, I have to get it through financial promotions at work and then marketing. So they need to be happy and that it fits within their brand. So I think it's getting that balance right, which I'm hoping to do soon. And then once I've done my first few videos, it should hopefully just be quite easy from there. And then just seeing where it goes.
Fantastic. So we'll put a link anyway. So obviously people can follow you, and as you add more videos on, obviously you get a bit of a following.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome. No, that's been really good.
Thanks.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
To the audience? I don't really know.
No?
What do you want me to do?
What would you say to someone that's like, what would you say to yourself at the age of 16?
Age of 16?
About the future.
I talk about this all the time. I didn't know what was possible at that age. I think even now that I live in the Jewellery Quarter, when I was 16, that was like a big dream for me. I just, like, you look at the skyscrapers and the flats in the Jewellery Quarter and you just think, well, one day, like, will that be me? And now it is me, and it's just So I think just don't be defined by glass ceilings. And one of my favourite quotes is, and I say this everywhere I go, is change begins at the end of your comfort zone. So if something's scary, it's usually a good thing, because it means that you'll probably grow as a person by doing it, regardless of the outcome. That's really good. Great advice. Great advice to end with. So, but thank you so much for coming on today. Thanks for having me.
It's quite difficult getting it planned in, and obviously you've had to work around your firm and stuff as well. So appreciate it to all those guys as well.
Oh, thanks.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye. Hi everyone, thank you for watching my episode. It's been amazing to be a guest on the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe to Morgan Reach TV. Thanks.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching our episode today. Hope you found that very useful. I know we did. We really enjoyed it. So please do follow our channel, MRTV. Please do like and subscribe, and watch out for more episodes coming soon.